On this special episode of the Virtual Press Box, I am joined by Drake Ruling, and today we will be going over and previewing the MLB trade deadline.
Yeah, it's definitely a big time of the year. It's almost like Christmas,
Yeah, it is.
in the world of baseball. So, I every trade deadline, I'll tell you, I always go home and I always watch MLB Network for like 12 hours. So,
Oh, it's the best. Like, for anyone that says baseball's a dying sport, you could pound sand up your ass. Just the excitement that people get from MLB trade deadline, from the hot stove. Like, you tell me, like, what's bigger? NFL free agency, NBA free agency, or MLB hot stove? Like, one has a name for a reason.
yeah,
I mean,
definitely right.
but
Unless you're a seller, you're almost like Santa Claus. But
at that point, once you're a seller, you kind of hope, you get good returns. And that's what brings us to now. We are from on different sides of the spectrum here. Obviously, the Mets are basement dwellers right now, and the Braves are sitting high and mighty on top of the NL East. But Drake, you guys are having a bit of up down, with some injuries, a whole lot of injuries actually, and you guys are still managing to basically, I don't believe in the Phillies. That's just me. But you guys are 60-42. The Mets are 43-62. So basically, the opposite of a record. You have 106 run differential. It's just the season that you would love to have, even with as many injuries as you do have.
yeah, especially considering the trials and tribulations we went through last year. It's honestly kind of amazing seeing how depleted the starting rotation has been the whole year.
Yeah.
No one
Go
besides Chris Sale has really been consistent.
Does that make you worry about Chris Sale?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, how old is he? 37, 38?
30. He's up there in age.
So I mean, we rely on him so much. So
I mean, once you have a workhorse like that, you really just gotta deal with it.
Yeah, we've actually been giving him some run support last couple of starts. I know, we struggled so much. Whenever it's like every time we'd pitch, it's like, man, we'd score like one or two, and then Bryce Elder would go out there and we'd put up like 8 or 9. So it's good that we're finally getting him some support now. But yeah, with that being said, I just, come playoff time, you want to have 2 or 3 guys you can really rely on for a playoff series. So it kind of sucks that, right now there's only one. So, which would be Chris Sale.
So that brings me up to my next question. What pieces would you hope the Braves would trade for? Not saying that AA would actually do it, because it seems like the Braves are only worried about the battery.
Yeah.
So what pieces would you hope for?
Well, people who think we're going to get Scooball, that's not happening.
No,
there's not a realm where that will happen.
No, so we could actually get into that in a little bit, because the Tigers said that they are not going to trade Scooble. Okay, whatever. But
yeah, they're also in a confusing situation too. Like,
they are.
You look at it; they're only 6 games back, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know if they're really the team that can make a run or not.
No, they're sitting at 4th place, and they're 49-54 as of the recording. We were recording on July 24th, and I think the deadline is August 2nd, August 3rd.
It's the 3rd. It's pretty late.
Yeah, it is late. They push it further and further every single year. So yeah, leading the AL Central is the White Sox at 54-47, and I will repeat, that is the Chicago White Sox leading the division. and they're a game and a half up on the Guardians, but it's only because the Guardians have played more games. The Guardians are 54 and 50, and then the Twins are 51 and 53. The Twins said, from what I'm reading, the Twins will not sell at the deadline. And then the Tigers are 49 and 54. And then the Royals, everyone kind of thought, about 3 years ago, the Royals would be the next team for the Central to kind of, rule it. But that Central is just not good
It's bad.
baseball. It's not good baseball. Like, everyone
Yeah,
thought that once you had Vinny Pasquantino, Jack Caglianone, and Bobby Witt, and then with, Salvador Perez there at the same time, everyone thought that Kansas City was ready for the next step. But it turns out, from what Salvador Perez said, he said winning the World Baseball Classic was more important to him than winning the World Series. And it showed. Salvador Perez is one of the worst hitters qualified this year.
yeah. Jack Caglianone has really came on strong. So
He has. I think he left hurt a few days ago in a game, but I'm not too sure because
yeah.
I get updates on the MLB injuries.
Well, it's crazy how the division has kind of flipped from what we predicted. I think most of us would have had obviously the Guardians are still up there, but I think most of us would have had the Royals and Tigers at the top, and now you look in fourth and fifth place.
Yeah. So it's just weird. It really, really is weird. The Guardians are kind of, where you figured the Guardians would be. But I just, they called up Travis Bazana earlier this year. He's been a coveted top prospect since, he got drafted. And, they've just kind of been the same. Nothing's really changed. I'm looking at the top prospects for the Guardians, and it's a lot of young guys. Like, you look at their top 10, and there's only two players over the age of 24, and one is Cooper Ingle, who had a cup of coffee in the majors already this year, and then the other is Justin Campbell. Other than that, would you consider trading any of these guys? Like, they have Ralphie Velasquez, who plays first base and outfield. He's their top prospect. He's 21. His ETA is next year. And then you have Angel Ganado, who is a shortstop, whose ETA is this year. He's 22. And then Cooper Ingle, Braitland Dowdy, Jason Churio. I think that's Jackson Churio's brother.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of young guys. So, I don't know what they would do to improve the Guardians. I doubt they'll do too much. Because I think the division's still up in the air, and they have one of the wild cards. So, Drake, back to what we got sidetracked from. Other than let's be realistic. What are some pieces that you want to see real pieces you want to see the Braves try to acquire?
We really just need veterans, mainly in the rotation. So
yeah. So no more Carlos Carrasco?
No, God. we DFA'd him 7 times.
Did you see the news of Carlos Carrasco?
Japan, right? Is he playing in Japan now?
Korea. Yeah, the KBO.
Oh. Yeah, not gonna lie. I mean, I typically don't like to throw one person under the bus, but there were a couple games where we got to 1 or 2, and we threw him out there in the 6th inning, and he blew it every single time. So I don't know what the thought process behind that is, but yeah.
It just happens. That's
yeah.
That's it. So now on to the Mets. This is going to be a minute. Drake, what were your feelings on the Mets whenever they traded for Freddie Peralta?
I mean, I thought it was a good move. I mean, he's been a perennial starter, but
yeah, Man, oh man, I thought he was going to be good. Now, was I like the many Mets fans who thought, oh my God, like we're going to win the World Series now? No, but I thought this is a step in the right direction. Freddie Peralta, Nolan McLean. I still believed in Kodai Senga at the time because you look at how the Mets did with Senga until he first pulled his hamstring on that errant throw by Pete Alonso. You saw how he was pitching, and at the time we were the best team in the league. And then after that, the train went off the hinges. So the Mets traded for Freddie Peralta. They trade off Jet Williams and Brandon Sproat. Brandon Sproat's having a good rookie campaign. Jet Williams is struggling in AAA, but he's still a top prospect. And then the Mets signed Bo Bichette to a contract that is way too expensive for even how he is now. He had a super slow start at the beginning of the season, and now he's hitting over 340 since I think middle of May. He's hitting over 340. That's not gonna reflect on the season average unless he hits that for the rest of the season. But the Mets gave up a few compensatory picks to sign him. And then on top of that, it's the Pello contract. He has opt-outs.
Yeah. He has opt-out after this year, right?
It's a 3-year deal and an opt-out in between every single year.
Oh, man. Yeah.
So teams are reluctant to look at Bo Bichette. And then the Mets also traded for Luis Robert Jr. He's been hurt. He just came back. Then, on top of that, we signed Jorge Polanco to play first base, a position he never played except for one inning last year. And he's been hurt. He just came back about 2 weeks ago. He hasn't been anything special. And that's what brings up to the Mets. Other than constant garbage in the bullpen. It's not been a nice bullpen, I will tell you that. It's been a decent bullpen outside of Luke Weaver, AJ Minter, Brooks Raley, and Huascar Brazoban. Devin Williams hasn't been, who we kind of figured who Devin Williams is. He's not, I don't think he's a big market closer.
Yeah, I think he needs to just get out of New York entirely because he struggled last year with the Yankees and now.
I don't see what David Stern saw in that. He said he struggled in New York with the Yankees. Let's bring him into the Mets. Why? But with that's just pitching. Now hitting, Lindor missed a lot of the year. Obviously, I'm repping my Lindor jersey. Francisco Alvarez missed some time. Soto missed some time. We called up AJ Ewing. We have Carson Benj, who made the opening day roster. Benj and Ewing are the only bright spots in the team right now. And from what I'm reading, the only names off the table on the trade block, or only names off the table that will not be negotiated in trades, is Juan Soto, Noah McLean, Christian Scott, who's one of our starting pitchers. He's had a really good year. AJ Ewing and Carson Benj. Everybody else, they are listeners. I hate it. I really, really do hate it. From what I'm reading, Luke Weaver would be the most likely to get traded.
Yeah. I agree. So. I agree with that assessment just because one of these teams in the hunt who need bullpen help will probably give up quite a bit.
Well, especially
for someone like that.
Especially since he's only let up one run since May. And that's just great stuff right there. One run since May. Or I think 1 or 2 runs since May. Because I think his first run was against the Phillies, the first game back after the All-Star break. There's him, and then there's also AJ Minter, who you've had AJ Minter. He's really really good. He's super efficient. AJ Minter said we signed him to a 2-year deal last year, and he's missed a lot of it due to injury. He came back this year, and once he came back, the season was basically already done. And he said in a recent interview, I kind of feel like I failed the Mets, due to injury and stuff like that. And he says he hopes that he can, get us something nice at the deadline, which would be a prospect. And then Brooks Raley, one of the best lefty relievers in the game, he's looking like he's going to get traded as well. He's in his late 30s. He's super, super good. I think he's only given up like 3 home runs since August of 24.
Yeah.
So that's just great stuff altogether.
Well, definitely for you guys, the bullpen has not been the problem.
No, the bullpen has not been the problem at all.
I know, because whenever we play you guys, they always show up the stat like you guys have one of the best bullpens. So that's definitely not been the problem. But
no.
But yeah, going back to Manor, I mean, like I said, a team like who's postseason ready or who's going to make the postseason will definitely give up quite a bit for him, especially since he's proved it in a postseason before. So
he has. He's very good. So Freddie Peralta is obviously more likely to get traded. I hope he gets traded at least. I'm looking at it right now. Freddie Peralta is only owed $2 million the rest of the season. $2.2 million the rest of the season. And other Mets trade candidates, Luis Robert is $7 million for the rest of the year. And then there's also a team option. There is Clay Holmes, who wants to sign an extension with the Mets. The Mets should sign him to an extension. But it's looking like he's more likely to get traded rather than sign the extension. That makes no sense. But he can also opt out into free agency. Who else here? Luke Weaver, he's on the books for next year as well. So you're getting Luke Weaver for the rest of this year and next year. That's only going to cost you $13.8 million on your books. And then Freddie Peralta, he's on his last year of club control. He has $2.8 left on his deal. So, with that being said, on the Mets, who do you think is the most likely to get traded? Of everybody on the Mets. Everybody on the Mets.
Yeah, based on what you just said, I would say Luke Weaver, for sure.
I would think so, too.
Again, for Peralta, I think, if he's having a good season, it'd definitely be. I mean, he would definitely 100% be, be in trade talks. But I think it really depends on how desperate someone is for a starter. So maybe they think that, hey, maybe we acquire him, maybe he can turn it around somewhere else. So
that's the big thing about him. He's been one of the worst starting pitchers in the league.
Yeah, and that goes back to you'd have to be pretty desperate.
Yeah. Well, the Cubs were desperate. They traded for David Peterson.
Yeah.
So David Peterson has been hot ass on the Mets for about 2 years now. Man. So other teams that we think that could make a trade. Do you see, if you're the Reds, I just thought about this. If you're the Reds, would you consider a Ellie trade?
Oh, heck no.
No.
I wouldn't. No.
So
De La Cruz.
Yes.
Ellie De La Cruz. No.
Yes. So
I'm good. No.
You know who he's been meeting up with, correct?
Who's that? No.
He's been meeting up with Scott Boras.
Oh, the agent. Oh.
Yeah. You have Ellie De La Cruz on the books for 3 more years after this season. And then 2030, he hits free agency. He's not staying.
For me...
He's not staying.
For me, he is the Reds. When I think about the Reds right now, I think about him. So, for me, he just seems like a catapult for that franchise. So...
But when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? They're 47 and 54.
I agree.
Like, they should not have made the playoffs last year. I will die on that hill. If the Mets didn't play like one of the worst teams from June on, they would have. The Reds should not have been a playoff team.
Yeah.
I just don't know. Like the Red, like look at the Reds now. That's what you think the Reds should be. They don't have a lot on the books. It wouldn't surprise me if the Reds try to find a buyer for Eugenio Suarez.
Yeah, I can see that.
He's a free agent end of the year, so.
And they waited late to get him, which was shocking because he hit like 50 home runs. But I was shocked it took someone that long to pick him up.
Yes. And then
someone who could use a good power bat.
Yeah, someone could definitely use him. And then you also have Emilio Pagan. You know, he's missed some time due to injury. He's on the books until 2028, though. And then you have the god-awful player of Key Brian Hayes. He's hurt.
Oh, God. Hey, give him credit. He's got a good glove, but
that's all he is.
They did just extend Chase Burns.
They did extend Chase Burns.
Broke out for them.
Yeah. You just look at their team. It's just a lot of you know.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I mean, they had that outfielder who's breaking out, JJ Bleday.
Yes.
And Spencer Steer.
Yeah, Spencer Steer. Yeah, Steer's definitely been in trade rumors.
Sal, what's his name? Sal Stewart.
Sal Stewart, yes.
So yeah, it's just a weird situation. I
don't this team is a bit weird because they're still paying Jeimer Candelario. They traded off Christian Encarnacion and Strand. I just don't know. You know, like Christian Encarnacion Strand, I thought he was the next big thing for them.
But funny enough, I know this is kind of irrelevant, but it seems like Ellie De La Cruz always gets traded in MLB The Show franchise. So,
oh my God, yeah, MLB The Show franchise, he is immediately going to get traded. He's gone as soon as he hit the middle of the season. He's done. So looking at other teams, we are the biggest position is the biggest position in need in the league is catcher.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The Mets have two good catchers in Francisco Alvarez and Luis Torrens. And they said that they won't trade them. Then Hunter Goodman is off the block, apparently. Shaylin Galeers is off the block, apparently. And I'm blanking on his name. The catcher for the Twins.
Ryan Jeffers.
He might at some point, if you're like the Rockies at 41-63, I just don't know with the Rockies, you know? Let me look. Let me see if I can find the Colorado Rockies on the Spotrac. They
have an outfielder who's really broke out, Jake McCarthy.
Yes, Jake McCarthy is
elite
really
speed too. I think he's hit a couple of inside the park home runs this year.
So if you try to trade for Hunter Goodman, you have him for 2 years. He'll be 28 when his contract expires. Arbitration. If you're the Red Sox, who the Red Sox have said they're looking for a catcher, that's the team, them and the Yankees. It's always the Yankees looking for somebody big.
Of course.
What would you try to give up? Like, how many of your top whatever? Like, let's say we're looking at your top 30. How many out of your top 30 are you going to try to move for Hunter Goodman, Ryan Jeffers, or Shaylin Galeers?
The Red Sox, they've been on this winning streak. I honestly would give up as much as I can. I know that sounds crazy, But if I had a chance to get Shea Langoliers, I would honestly give up as much as it takes.
Yeah. Would you give up Marcelo Meyer?
I don't know. Has he been doing good while he's been up?
Those
Like, has he really broke out?
Those top prospects for the Red Sox really haven't done nothing.
You know, if it's for Langoliers, dude, and he's got with that, he would definitely destroy the monster. So I would
get him out of that. Get him out of that little league park. Get him out of that little league park. And I would try to put Ryan Bello in the trade,
of course. And that is, of course, if the A's are even willing to do that. But
yeah,
Bello, who you just mentioned, I know he's kind of had it rough. But
oh yeah. And if I could also try to get rid of, like, Roman Anthony really hasn't done much. He's actually seeing a specialist right now. Cutter Crawford, whatever, he's 30 now. Marcelo Mayer, he's been up and down in performance. It's just a lot of, like,
Here's an interesting one, though. I wonder if the Orioles will consider trading Adley Rutschman.
I thought about that because if you look at the Orioles, their top prospect is a catcher. One of their top prospects is a catcher. And they also have Basillo, who is hurt right now. Basillo's hurt right now.
Which this is good for us because we play them tonight. So,
like, Rutschman's hurt right now. You want to hear the two catchers right now for the Orioles on their active roster?
Who's that?
Sam Huff, Chadwick Tromp.
Former Brave.
Yeah, former Brave. That guy.
He was up with us earlier this year. He had a walk-off hit for us.
Let's who's the top? Is it Ethan Anderson for the Orioles? Let's have Creed. Yeah, I think it's Creed Williams for the Orioles because I'm looking at their top 30. There's only two. They have two catchers in their top 30. One's in AAA. It's Ethan Williams for sure. I just don't know if I trust Rutschman. I've never trusted Rutschman. I've never cared for Rutschman's game. I'm not being a hater. That is just me being, 1000% like how I feel about him. I've never been impressed. Like, everyone was like, oh my God, this guy's so good whenever he shook the umpire's hand in his first MLB game. Like, who cares? Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Like, his career, his rookie year, he had a 5.4 WAR. And then after that, 4.3, 3.1, 1.9, 1.8. Last year, he played 90 games. This year, he's already played 67, and he's hurt again. There's a reason why they consider Basillo. His batting average in 2023, which is the second year in the majors, was 277. And then 250, 220, 251 this year. He's not going to hit you a lot of home runs. His 2023 is his best year altogether. He had 20 home runs, and then 19 and 24, 25, he had 9, and then this year he has 8 with 47 ribbies. And he's hitting 251. I just don't trust it. I never, he's a switch hitting catcher, cool. But, if I'm the Orioles, that window's shut. That window closed on you a few years ago when you refused to trade your prospects. That's just how it goes.
A lot of teams. Yeah, I think a lot of teams will try to reach for him, probably try to give too much, just because I think they drool over the fact that you just mentioned, switch hitting catcher. I mean, all the potential in the world still. So
switch hitting catcher that has 1 year of control left after this year.
Yep.
How much is that worth to you? If you I don't know. Hypothetically, Tampa Bay, what would you try to give up for that? How many of your top 30?
Yeah.
I just don't know. But you know what? Here's the team. You know what? Let's go over this. The Blue Jays. They're 47-56. Spent all that money in the offseason. Just went to the World Series. It's looking like they're not going to make the playoffs right now. They are 6 games out of the wild card. Kevin Gausman is going to be available for trade. What's he worth?
Yeah. I think he's worth a pretty good piece. I mean, a piece.
Is he worth 2 of your top 20? Or one? Is he worth? So is he worth? Let's say this: is he worth one of your top 15 and then a lottery ticket prospect?
I would say so. Yeah, I would probably do that
because Gausman's somebody that can make every 5th day. He's never really hurt.
I mean, yeah. He really broke out with the Giants a few years ago and has really been consistent. I mean, I know when he played for us, he actually got DFA'd.
Yeah.
So, ever since
he's been
going to the Giants, he's really been consistent. So even as a Blue Jay, and they loved him. I think he got a curtain call his last start. So
yeah, once you get a curtain call as your start, you kind of get the inkling of like, okay, something might happen here. All right. What about the Mariners? From what I'm reading, Luis Castillo, who's been forever on the trade block, is available for trade. And then I've also read Emerson Hancock is available for trade. They're wanting a righty bat. And to be honest with you, I would this is going to be a very unpopular opinion. I would kind of look into shipping off Cal Raleigh.
Yeah, as much as I'm sure they would hate to hear that, he's struggled. He's had a rough time of it.
Oh, for sure. I just don't buy Cal Raleigh. I just feel like Cal Raleigh is like this current era of Chris Davis.
Yeah.
Because
you look at last year. I mean, it's awfully similar. His last season numbers was awfully similar to what year that he went MVP. Davis, 2013. So
it's
similar.
It's a spitting image. It's a spitting image. Like 2020, like 2023. Kyle Riley hit 30 home runs, 75 ribbies, 24, 34, and 100. Last year, 16, 125. And in 2023, he batted 232, and then 222, or 220, and then 247. And then this year, he's batting 163, 10 homers, 35 ribbies. I don't know with Cal, honestly. Like, I'm sure he's a great defender. He has a few Gold Gloves.
And this is the risk you take, I think, with a lot of swing and miss guys.
He has 1 Gold Glove and a platinum.
I mean, because as they get older, it just, the strikeouts pile up. So,
would you say the same for Kyle Schwarber, or is he just the anomaly?
That guy's unbelievable.
First off,
I don't know that guy.
First off, screw the Cubs for trading him to the Nationals. And then he had his coming out party against the New York Mets, where he had like 7 home runs in the series. That guy was Jesus Christ for a series in DC. You remember that game? It was a series in the summer where he had like 7 RBIs and 18 ribbies in a series, and then he gets shipped off to Boston, and then he goes to Philadelphia. He's going to retire in Philadelphia. He's going to end up getting over 500 home runs, and he's going to go in the Hall of Fame more likely. But anyways, back to this.
I'll tell you, he had 4 home runs in the game against us last year, and he had a chance to hit 5, and we had a position player on the mound, and he popped out.
I remember that.
Oh my God.
So, what teams do you think would be surprise buyers?
Hmm.
Would the Cardinals surprise you if they bought a
I
little
would
bit?
say, yeah, the Cardinals.
What about the Pirates? The Pirates
The,
are
the Pirates would be one.
they're one game out of the wild card.
Hmm.
I just
Yeah.
I just don't know if ownership would do that with as cheap as they are.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel the
I don't.
Pirates.
The more I
They're
think
kind
about the
of like
Cardinals,
they're kind
more I
of
think about
weird. Both of those teams, that whole NL Central is just weird.
the
But
more I think about the Cardinals, I don't think the Cardinals will trade for anything because they're playing with house money. Nobody thought they'd be at this point.
yeah, Jordan Walker really
Oh my,
broke out.
yes.
I became a big fan after what he did in the home run derby, especially
Oh
in
yeah.
Philly.
Oh yeah. this
I'm a big
us
fan.
two. We for anybody that don't know, we hate Philadelphia. Philadelphia is scum beneath our feet. They're disgusting human beings. Philadelphia. That's just how we feel. But do you think the Cubs? Apparently, the Cubs are interested in trying to trade for another starting pitcher.
I think they will. I think they
so
might
too.
go all out for someone.
Hey, you know what? You want to know who pitches good in that Central?
Who's that?
Freddie
Oh yeah.
Peralta. Freddie
Mm-hmm.
Peralta pitches good. Chicago, give us a prospect. I'm not gonna be picky. You know what? Right now, I will look at their prospect top 30. But
I mean, Craig Counsell is there. I mean, former manager.
Exactly. You know, I'll. Why is it showing me last year? I clicked the Cubs top 30 prospects and it takes me to last year's ranking. What in the world? You know what? I'll take. You know, I'm not going to be too picky. I'll take a Brooks Cable. Brooks Capel. He's 23 in Double A. I'll take him. He's the number 8 prospect. You know what? Give me him. Give me Capel. We need pitching. Back to reality here. Drake, what do you think the Padres will do?
I don't know. I really don't know because they're 3 games under 500.
Yes.
You know, I don't know. I think me and you talked about it the other day.
We did.
They're Dodgers Junior, but the only difference is they paid their own guys. It seems like.
Yes.
They're. I don't know. It seems like they're always a step behind.
They are. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't have given that contract to Mr. Yu Darvish. I wouldn't have given that contract to Manny Machado.
Yeah.
I kind of
Bogarts.
Or Bogarts. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
Jackson Merrill, that's fine. You know. I wouldn't have given that contract to Jake Cronenworth. I wouldn't have given that. I'm on the fence about the Fernando Tatis contract, but apparently, you know, they're contemplating trading him. They've been contemplating trading him for forever now. But he's under contract until 2035. Tatis. Like, that's way too much money. 14 years, $340 million. No, thank you.
And because he's kind of turned into a contact hitter, really, only.
I mean, that's fine.
I don't know where all the power has went. I mean, yeah, that's fine, but definitely not at the, super or all-star, whatever, star level that he was previously. before all
Well,
the.
steroids.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's
Joe.
hitting 280. I mean, he's still, I mean,
Yeah,
good.
that's fine. I totally forgot they signed Lucas Giolito, and he's hurt right now. Again.
I don't think he was doing much even when he was healthy.
No. There was a reason why he was out there in free agency for that long.
But I mean, kind of like the best. They have a pretty decent bull. I mean, they have a really good bullpen.
They've always had a really good bullpen. They just kill it. Yeah, whenever Darvish was 36 years old, they extended him for 6 years, $108 million. Yu Darvish, when that contract is over, will be 41 years old.
I don't understand the mindset.
And it's a full no trade clause. It's 16 million. It's 16 million. It was front loaded, so it's 16 million, and then you have Darvish on the books for 2 more years for 15 million altogether, for 15 each year. But back to the Padres. So we've talked about this. Apparently, they're trying to do anything. They have new owner syndrome. New owners. The owners want to cheapen up the books. Xander Bogaerts trade?
I could see it. Mason Miller, best closer in the game, can also be on the move.
I'm just curious, who would take on to that? Who would take on that for Mason Miller? Honestly, because it's a filthy, filthy contract. Xander Bogaerts, the second highest paid player on the team. And what is he in year? He's going in year 4 of the contract. He's 33. He's on the books until 2033. That's when he's 40 years old, Drake. 40 with a full no trade clause. And if you do this trade, and hypothetically you get Mason Miller, like what everyone's speculating, Mason Miller's on the books until 2030.
Yeah, they're in a terrible situation. I'll be honest.
They traded off Leo DeVries. How do you? That'd be the one guy I wouldn't trade in that deal.
I know. Let's look at who they've lost over the years. James Wood, Abrams. I mean, it's and Soto. I mean, Juan Soto. He's a great player.
Yes.
Now, I mean, he's really starting to find his old national self, but he struggled a little bit with the Padres.
He did.
So, yeah,
like their top.
Went to the Yankees and caught on fire, but. Yeah, man, imagine, I'm starting to think, man, if they didn't do some of these trades, they'd be way, 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 way better off.
All right, so I am looking at the top 30 prospects for the Padres. Out of their top 30, can you take a guess of how many of those 30 are in AAA?
12.
2.
Oh, well, I was way off.
2 in their top 30 are in AAA. That's not good. That's their top prospect is Ethan Salas. I felt like I've heard the name Ethan Salas for the last 10 years.
Yeah,
because he was the international. He was the international prospect they signed at 16, and he's 20 16. Now.
Yeah, they try to be like their big brother, but
yeah,
they're not doing it right.
They have 6 in AA. 6 of their top 30 in AA. So you're telling me you're telling me 22 of your top 30 are in A ball or rookie level. That's not good. this team, like, if this was football, if this is football or basketball, everybody would be trying to get a first round pick from this team, from these guys in the future. In the future,
they're kind of like the Clippers.
Jesus,
They traded SGA and everything they had for Paul George.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about Paul George. He hurts my feelings.
I
don't want to talk.
But
yeah. But I have a feeling the Padres might try to make a stupid move.
But yeah, I agree. They're gonna whatever they do, it's probably gonna be the wrong one.
Yeah, it's like the meme. It's like the meme of the guy driving on the highway, and like you have an option here, like stay straight and like turn on the exit, and the car is like turning really fast. That's how it is with the Padres.
Well, if you remember, 11 years ago in 2015, they bought all these players. I think they traded for Will Myers,
yes,
Justin Upton, Matt Kemp, and Craig Kimbrell.
Yes, I remember that. That was Kimbrell. Was that before the Red Sox? Craig Kimbrell or after the Red Sox?
That was before. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And I think Upton and Kimbrell only lasted for them for about 1 year. They both lasted. They only played there 1 year.
Okay,
so,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. And we got out. So they made the Upton trade with us, and they made the Kimbrell trade with us.
It was It was two separate trades, right?
Two separate trades. Yep. One of the people we got was Max Fried.
Yes.
And we acquired draft rights from the Padres in the Kimbrell deal, and we got Austin Riley. So
that is 1,000% correct. I remember all of that.
Yep.
Man, oh man. Austin Riley, how's he doing for you?
Oh, awful. But he was good, previously, But.
I remember when the Braves called him up when they put him in left field and fans wanted him gone because he couldn't play left field.
Yep.
Because you guys were, Josh Donaldson, not John Donaldson, that's the GOAT in MLB The Show. Josh Donaldson at third base.
Bringer of rain.
Yeah. That guy was a jackass. Yep. He was such a jackass.
He was. I remember he got into a brawl when he played for us with the Pirates. It was with Joe Musgrove. And the pitch didn't even hit him. It barely grazed him. But I remember he was like, "You looking at me? You looking at me?"
Yeah, I remember that.
It was over.
Yeah, that was stupid stuff. So, do you think go ahead?
I will say one thing. Yeah, then once we moved Riley the third, he finally, broke out in 21, was good in 22, 23, and then we extended him, and then, we're paying for it, but.
Yeah.
But he's one of those guys, I mean, he's going to be here. We're not just going to trade him. We're not just going to let him go, so he's eventually going to have to figure it out, so.
Do you think the Diamondbacks improved a little bit? They're 54 and 49. 11 back in first place. They're in the wild card, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like Arizona.
Do you think? I'm saying, do you think they'll try to make a move?
I think they will. Yeah.
Okay.
The National League is really competitive.
Yes. Do you think the Dodgers try to?
Competitive.
Do you think the Dodgers try to upgrade at the deadline?
I mean, what? I mean, they're the Dodgers, so probably.
So they get Edwin Diaz. They get Edwin Diaz back in about a week. Who else? There is they have what is his name? Oh my god, I'm blanking. Kyle Tucker's playing like ass. You get Tyler Glasnow back soon, and you get Blake Snell back soon. Which it seems like Blake Snell and Tyler Glasnow, they just always don't play good. Or they play good, but they don't play a lot. That's what it is. The Dodgers are going back and forth with the Brewers and Dodgers with the best record in baseball. But before we end this, Drake, can you give me about let's say 2 from the National League and 2 from the American League of players that you
Oh,
think will be traded.
all right. Do you just want me to give you the players, or do you want the team that they're going to, or?
If you have a big inkling of like their team for sure, then go ahead. But if you can just give me the player if you don't think a team.
Okay. I guess I'll go with the American League.
Okay.
First, my first player I'm being traded will be Dalton Varsho, the Blue Jays. I think he goes to the Mariners.
Okay. Wow. All right. Varsho. Would that
Um,
be okay? What's player number 2 in the American League?
um, my second player I have being traded, finally, is Joe Adell.
Man,
I think he is
Joe
going to
Adell.
Philadelphia because they're always desperate for an outfielder.
They are always desperate. I just don't know about Joe Adell. If I'm the Mets, I would like to trade off Luke Weaver for Andrew Painter, but that's just me. Um,
uh,
all right.
bro, it makes me so mad because me and you are never involved in division deals. It's always the
The
Phillies trading with
Marlins
the
and
Marlins.
Phillies.
The Marlins trade, yes. The Marlins
It's
trade with the Nationals. It's never
like
us.
no.
No, never, never, never. I bet 2 years ago, and I'm sure we never. I'm sure we probably tried, but I'm sure Jazz Chisholm. I bet you they never even listened to us. Which, I
No.
mean, who knows what we were even going to offer? Probably nothing. So probably wouldn't have happened
Probably a
anyway. But
probably
they
a bag.
probably hung up the phone instantly.
Yeah, they get the Atlanta area code. They go beep.
Yeah. But if Philly calls, oh yeah,
Yeah,
we'll take it.
here's Jesus Lazardo. Fucking
Here's
assholes.
what was God? Jorge Alfaro. Yeah, here's Jorge Alfaro.
No. They traded Jorge Alfaro for JT Realmuto.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, that's what Jorge Alfaro comes from. All right, you're 2 from the National League.
2 from the National League, and my first player is from a team which is definitely going to be blowing it up. I'm actually shocked we haven't really mentioned it yet, but Luis Ariz.
Yes. Yeah. Honestly, Luis Ariz, super undervalued player. Take me back to the days where getting on base matters. Just take me back. Screw WRC plus, screw on base percentage. Well, on base percentage matters, but not to the extent of what does batting average matter. Just because he gets singles and gets on base, oh my god. Whatever. Get out of here with that shit. Luis Ariz is worth so much more. He should have had a such bigger market than what he had.
Yeah, he's underrated. He's actually a lot of people will talk about it, but he's actually improved his defense a lot
Yes, he has.
too. Yeah, my last player is the controversial one. We just previously talked about this team doing something stupid, but I have the Padres trading Mason Miller.
Is he hunkered down with the price tag of Xander Bogaerts?
I have Mason Miller going to the Yankees, but I just feel I feel like the Yankees are gonna.
That's intriguing, sure.
It's controversial.
For sure. Obviously, it's like the Yankees have to make some sort of splash every other trade deadline. Like 2 years ago was Jazz Chisholm. What was it? 2 years ago or 3 years ago, or at this point, 5
Joey
years ago?
Gallo was 1 year.
Yeah, that's how I was going to. Like about 5 years ago was Joey Gallo, and they traded for somebody else. The Joey Gallo trade deadline. They traded for a few players.
Was it IKF?
No,
he might have been in the same deal as Gallo.
He was in their system, IKF.
Oh, okay.
But I can't remember right now off the top of my head. But that's an intriguing one. I'm sure Spencer Jones would be in a deal like that, but
Yeah.
I don't know what value Spencer Jones has at this point because he's like
Mhm.
26
Yeah.
and he just now made it to the majors. He's not a top 100 prospect anymore. I'll tell you that.
Mhm.
So
I will say about that. I will say put an asterisk on it a little bit. That's kind of an out there one. It's kind of, as we talked about, kind of out there. But if there were a team who wanted to maybe give up quite a bit for him, it would probably be the Yankees.
yeah, I just don't know. Like, and then they're like, "Oh my God, Xander Bogaerts, a new shortstop. We could
Yeah.
fix him." Oh, I could already see it. Oh, better than Volpe?
You could, yeah. Did you?
Fucking
I seen a report yesterday, or not yesterday, but it might have been last week, that it was like, you might have seen it too, but it was like the Yankees had the chance before Matt Olson was traded to the Braves. The
oh my
Yankees had a
God,
chance
yes, I saw
to
that.
give up Volpe in a deal for Olson
Yes.
because they knew that Freddie Freeman wasn't going to be there, wasn't going to be signing with the Yankees, so they almost were going to trade for Olson, and Volpe would have been in it. And thank God that didn't happen.
Yeah, and the Yankees were like, "Oh, we're fine with Anthony Rizzo."
Yeah. If that didn't happen, we would have had Anthony Rizzo.
Oh,
Probably.
yeah, yeah. I think he was like the next like big thing.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
not big
he was.
thing, but like the next
Well,
like big name for first base. So
we would have kept Langoliers. But I mean, you
you would
know,
have kept
I mean,
Langoliers, but at that point there'd be no
Baldwin.
Drake Baldwin.
I know, no Baldwin. Yeah.
None of the Sean Murphy experience.
No, that probably wouldn't have happened. Contreras would probably got traded for some other first baseman. Who knows?
Yeah, dude, trading off Contreras is so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You gave him away.
Oh, I agree.
You gave him away. So quickly, Drake, I'm going to
But
go into my two from each.
yeah.
And sorry, I just kicked my table that my computer is on. So I'm looking. And I feel Luis Castillo is definitely going to get dealt. To where? I don't know, because I think you owe Castillo 30.7 million through 2028, so he still has all of next year's salary. And with Castillo, you're getting a start from every fifth day from him. He's never hurt, so you're getting a quality starter in Castillo.
Mm-hmm.
Who would
Yeah.
trade for it? That's a good. You know what? I'm kind of curious. Who would trade for that?
I feel like the Mariners have pitching up the A, so
They do, and they don't know how
so
to handle it. They
yeah.
really don't. I feel like Castillo would be a really good pitcher for Tampa Bay. And then going to my second American League player. Well, if they didn't go on this run, I definitely would have said Aroldis Chapman. But he is definitely off the table now.
Sonny Gray. I mean, Sonny Gray as well would have been
Oh
one
yeah,
to one as well.
I feel like a dumbass with Sonny Gray because I had him in fantasy, my fantasy dynasty league, and I traded him off for $10. And look at him now; he's just so good. It's kind of hard to. I'm trying to think of like others that you didn't name. I have a feeling, and it's just a feeling, that Trevor Rogers might get looked at. Because if I'm looking at him right, Trevor Rogers, yeah, he's a free agent end of the year. I feel like Trevor Rogers is good. I've always thought he was good since he was in Miami. He just was too inconsistent. And then last year, once he gets traded to Baltimore, he plays his ass off. And he started rough this year, but now he's back on the track. I like Trevor Rogers. I do. To where?
Yeah.
I don't know for where.
Just give him to us.
No.
We'll take him.
I'm sure if Baltimore was smart, they would call up the Rangers and be like, "Hey, Trevor Rogers is just as good as Mackenzie Gore. Give us 5 of your top 20." Oh my God, that trade pissed me off. I still can't get over Chris Young needs to get fired for that trade. But
the Nationals are turning into,
yeah, they have a good farm system. If you look at their farm system, it is really good. So going on now to the National League. Unfortunately, my team is more than likely looking like it's going to be the biggest sellers in the National League, maybe all of baseball. So good chance that both my answers here come from the New York Mets. And I will, to keep it interesting, I will say both are coming from the New York Mets. I have Freddie Peralta, and I have a big feeling Freddie Peralta is going to be going to the north side of Chicago. It also wouldn't surprise me if he shipped cross town. I feel like the Yankees might be a bit desperate, but I feel like the Cubs would give up more for Freddie Peralta. Please trade off Freddie Peralta. He is a terrorist in the Mets colors. The next Mets home game is a Freddie Peralta bobblehead giveaway night, by the way. So I don't know.
Oh, wow. Hey, don't feel too bad. We just had a Ha-Sung Kim bobblehead night like 2 days ago. So don't feel too bad.
There's a few giveaways the rest of the season. It's like one of them is a Devin Williams giveaway night of some sorts.
Yeah.
There's a Bo Bichette replica jersey. There is a Marcus Semien, I think, jersey night as well. Yeah, man.
It's funny, like for us, it's funny to see people complain. Oh, it's like, oh my God, this guy sucks. Why are we giving him a bobblehead? He's terrible. I'm like, it was maybe before the season, so it's not, they already had it planned.
Yeah. Like, ironically, in 2013, whenever the Mets had Marlon Byrd was just going crazy that year. And then the Mets obviously weren't doing good that year. And at the time, the Mets did a free shirt Friday. They give away shirts on every Friday home game. And like, I have a few shirts. Like, one of them's a Lucas Duda shirt. It says Duda Smash on it. But it was a Marlon Byrd shirt giveaway. And 3 days before the game, we traded him off to... I forget what we traded him off to.
Cincinnati?
I think it was... I don't remember off the top of my head, but I know we traded him off. And the Mets still had the Marlon Byrd giveaway night.
I seen him hit a home run in person. And
Marlon Byrd?
He played for Cincinnati then. So
okay.
It was like 2015.
Yeah, this was 2013. Because,
So this would have been like... I seen him hit a home run like 2 years after.
Yeah.
At Turner Field.
Turner Field was a nice ballpark, but it was a shithole because it's in Atlanta. Last but not least, I will have the New York Mets trading off Luke Weaver. Apparently, a team that is very, very interested in him is a team that we both hate the most, and that's the Philadelphia Phillies. If that's the case, you know what? Give me Andrew Painter. Give me Andrew Painter, and you can have Luke Weaver. Give me Painter, you get Weaver. That sounds fair to me. I don't know about you.
Don't avoid Philly. Please don't. They're already excited. They're already,
They just got LeBron James. They got LeBron James.
News today.
Yeah. Oh my God, LeBron.
Why would he go there? What are we doing?
Because he wants a ring. That's the easiest place. That's the easiest spot you can get a ring at. So, Drake, before we leave, since it's the Spotlight show, what's the one big prediction that you have for the deadline?
Bring Scooball to the Rays.
Like Godfather offer to Tampa Bay calls him up like, hey, we know he's not staying. Okay. Wow.
They give up the farm for a rental. I'm saying it.
And that'd be the only way they get a superstar like that. Yeah. That'd be the best player to walk through those doors since Evan Longoria.
You mentioned that he's probably going to go somewhere weird.
I did say that. I did say that. I do expect him to go somewhere obscure. I don't think it's going to be the Dodgers. I don't think it's going to be the Mets. I think it's going to be a similar situation to Corbin Burns going to Arizona. It's just going to be somewhere off the wall. And with how Tariq Skubal looks, it's going to be somewhere that serves good food.
Yeah. he is a little bit.
He is a little hefty. A little hefty.
Yeah.
And his teeth look like shit. He needs the Freddie Freeman hookup for the veneers.
Yeah.
But
Freddie has always had good teeth. I'll give him that.
No. Look at his teeth in 2020. Look at his teeth in 2021. Total stark difference. They could blind you now. So my big thing is that the New York Mets will blow it up big time. Do I see a physical Lindor trade? I pray to God I don't. Do I see Luis Robert? Maybe. Brooks Raley? Yes. AJ Minter? Yes. Those are two of the best left-handed relievers on the market. Freddie Peralta? I pray to God. Mark Vientos? I'll give him away for free. That's if I can get some like 17-year-old Dominican for Jorge Polanco, goodbye Jorge Polanco. That's just how I feel. That's how I feel. After on August 4th, I don't want to see Freddie Peralta on the team. I don't want to see Mark Vientos on the team. I don't want to see Brett Beatty on the team. Brett Beatty can go. Yesterday, I was watching the Mets. For some reason, we're tied for the series against the Brewers, tied 1-1 in the series. Juan Soto gets day off. You want to know who they put in right field? Brett Beatty in right field. Christian Scott, he throws the third most pitches in the inning as a starting pitcher. He was laboring in the fifth inning. The Mets took the lead. I think they're up by 1 at this point. And then the Brewers, the Mets, I think the Mets are up by 1. Yeah. The Brewers had runners on first and second, and 2 outs in the inning, and it's a pop-up to Brett Beatty in right field. Brett Beatty loses it in the half dome. Half the dome was open.
Yeah.
And he loses it. The ball drops. 2-run score. Very next batter, Christian Yelich gets a single. 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't have happened if Brett Beatty was in the right field. Brett Beatty could go to. Jorge Polanco, goodbye. Trying to think of everybody else. I don't want to see Eric Wagman on the team anymore. Half these garbage relievers that the Mets have, I don't want to see anymore. There was this guy the Mets called up. He's from New York. He played like indie ball. He's like late 20s, early 30s, I think. And he made his MLB debut a few days ago, or about a week ago. And I don't know if you saw this or not. It was in the, I gotta look this up really quick. It was in the Royals series. First off, that Royals series was filthy disgusting. I don't know if you kept up with it or not, because I don't know if you know this, Drake, but if you score 12 runs, your odds of winning are pretty high, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, the Mets let up 16 runs that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they lost 16-12. I really want to find this guy because his ERA is like 100 something, I think.
100?
Yeah, it's pretty. Is this him? Sealinger?
At least it's not Infinity. I mean,
oh my God!
No?
Yeah, is it Matt Sealinger? Yep, Matt Sealinger. His ERA is 31.5. He pitched 2 innings. That equals out to 7 earned runs in 2 innings. That was his MLB debut. At
least not as bad as 100. But
oh my God! Yeah, that his MLB debut was at the age of 31, and I think that is his only stop. But that is it for today's episode. Obviously, it's New York Mets heavy, unfortunately for some, because the Mets are dog water, and you look at the record and you go, yeah, that makes sense. Drake, thank you for being on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and well, next time you'll hear from me and Drake, just us two, specifically, will be after the trade deadline. So If the schedule's aligned, we will record as the deadline is happening. If not, it'll definitely be the day after. But until then, thank you everybody for listening, and we will see you next time.